Wonderful. Couple more breaths, or one more breath here. Go ahead and start to walk that top hand in and gently press up. Take the knee back in if it's straight. And we'll come back to our tabletop position. Pause for a moment. And then to the other side. Left hand to the center. Right arm open up to the right. Lift the gaze. And then exhale. Thread the needle. Right arm comes underneath. Walk the top hand forward and extend there. Maybe straighten the left leg out to the side or back, straight back. And then breathe into it. Few breaths, 3 to 5 breaths. And notice how the body feels here. Notice anything that comes up in the body and the mind. We're just noticing. Taking note, disregarding that, maybe that judgmental thought or expectation. Just being where we are here and now with the breath. One more breath here. And then walk the top hand in. We'll gently press up. Extended leg in, knee in, and we'll make our way to our tabletop position. Pause there. Walking the hands forward, a few inches, tuck the toes. Let's come into down dog or child's pose here if you'd rather. Take about 5 breaths here. Spreading fingers nice and wide. Think about reaching the sit bones nice and high. That might mean we need to bend our knees slightly, just so you can feel that, and then maybe start to straighten the legs from there, or keep the knee slightly bent. Might feel better for the back, with this more room to lengthen the spine. One more breath here. And then let's inhale the right leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step the foot forward in between the hands. Rise up, crescent lunge. You're gonna take it into the heart. So hands come behind the back. We can interlace the fingers here or hold on to opposite wrists or forearms. Opening the chest. So we lift the gaze up, lift the heart. If our fingers interlace, we're gonna send the knuckles back down towards the floor behind us. Inhale here. We're gonna move on. Feel free to stay here, or we're gonna come into a balance. Exhale, or we could just take the heart forward here, stay in a lunge here, or start to lift that back leg up and balance. So fingers interlace or reaching behind the back. Find your balance, belly strong, square the hips. Breathe, 3, 2, and 1. Gently stepping back into our lunge. Come up, inhale. Fingers still interlace or reaching behind. Turn the back foot flat, and we're coming into humble warrior. So our chest lowers to the inside of this bent knee. Maybe the arms lift off of the back, have the fingers interlaced, and let the head go forward. Couple breaths here, humble warrior. We're strong in the legs and humble in the upper body. Surrendering and breathing. All right, next inhale, rise up. We'll release the hands. Overhead, inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, hands lower down. Step back into plank, inhale. Let's take the knees down here, everyone. This is another option for chaturanga. So our toes are tucked under, all toes are down, knees down. Reach the chest down, doesn't have to touch, and the chin. So chest and chin reaching. And then you can kind of slither through into a cobra from there. So the pelvis is down, tops of the feet down, heart lift, elbows in. And then lower the chest. Press up and back, down dog. Come to the knees first, or just transition with the core, up and back, down dog. Couple breaths. Next, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step the foot forward in between the hands. Rise up. All right, hands behind the back. This time, if the fingers are interlaced, opposite thumb on top, which might feel weird. Might take a second to get used to that. Open the chest, lift the heart. Just take a breath or two here. You could always release the back knee down here if this is pretty wobbly today. Inhale. Exhale, we transition into that balance. So taking the heart forward, maybe just here in the lunge. This is a great place to be. Loading that front leg, or back leg lift. Warrior 3 variation. Find your balance, find your core strength. Inhale. Exhale here. One more inhale. And exhale. Step that back foot back gracefully, as gracefully as possible. And then open the chest. Inhale. Back foot comes flat. Humble warrior. Exhale. Release to the inside of the front knee. Head forward. Maybe the arms lift off the back. Couple breaths. And next inhale, rise up. We can release the arms from behind the back. Take the arms overhead, inhale. Exhale, hands release, step back. So toes, knees, chest, chin, lower, elbows hugging into the body, and then we slither through cobra, heart lifts. You could also just come into up dog here if you're feeling it. And then up and back, down dog, a few breaths there. Whew. Take a couple breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Next, inhale, gaze forward, walk, step, or jump the feet to meet the hands, halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up into chair. You can just bring the hands in front of the heart here. We're transitioning into eagle. So, chair position. Let's take our right leg, lifting the right leg up and over. So we're crossing the leg. We may use the toes as a kickstand here, or work on wrapping the toes around the back of the calf, but that might not happen very easily, or the hips might come with it. So we want to keep the hips square. So that might just be something we need to work on. Extend those arms out, inhale, right arm underneath. Hands can come to the shoulders here, or wrap the arms around, reaching the palms towards one another. My palms don't touch, but we're reaching in that direction. And balance. Find a focal point around the arms, something you can keep your gaze on, and breathe. We could come into this a little further by starting to bring the elbows towards the knees, rounding the back. So wherever you are, a couple more breaths. Keep squaring the hips forward. So again, we're getting the back of the heart here. And feet rounded forward, rise up, inhale, woo, and release, exhale, unravel. This pose is a really great one. We're compressing all of the joints in the body in this one. So sit back into our chair, lifting left leg. And it kind of helps for you to straighten your left leg out and then lift it up and over. I know it's crazy, but it creates a little more space to get that deeper cross in the legs. So toes as a kickstand, or wrapping toes in that direction, arms out, inhale. Left arm underneath, hands to the shoulders, or wrap the arms around, and breathe. Maybe start to round forward, elbows towards the knees. Opening a bit more through the back of the heart there. Wherever you are, a couple more breaths. You're rounded forward. Go ahead and start to lift those elbows up. Inhale. Ooh, wobbly. And exhale, release. Shake it out. Great job. We'll come back to the top of the mat. Vinyasa through to the floor. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back. Exhale. One final vinyasa here if you'd like to take it, or chaturanga. So toes, knees, chest, chin, elbows tucking in towards the body. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Down dog, take it back. All right. We'll move on here into the yin portion of our practice, the peace. So go ahead and lower to the knees. We did this in the first class today. We're going to do it again. Puppy pose. So walking the hands forward. The heart reaches towards the floor. Hips are over the knees. So kind of like in between down dog and child's pose. Halfway. So the heart reaches towards the floor. This is all about heart. Heart pose, literally in Sanskrit, that's what it means. So, Anahatasana. Chest to the floor, chin to the floor, or the forehead. Be a little easier. Take about 5 breaths here. Bring the rib cage together in the front of the body a little bit, just so that we're not hanging completely into the shoulders with a little engagement. A few more breaths. You are a mother or caretaker in some way, we need to give back to ourselves, right? So these heart openers are for ourselves. Giving love to ourselves because we deserve it from all the love and support that we give out to children, pets, significant others. Go ahead on your next inhale. Start to walk the hands in. And swing the legs around. Let's just get a butterfly pose before we make our way onto our backs. So soles of the feet together. Butterfly, the knees open. Feet could be a little more forward. Sit up tall, inhale. And exhale. So this is a yin. We're approaching this with a yin idea. So rounding forward rather than reaching, round forward, maybe let the head go if that feels okay on the neck, and the arms just kind of wherever they feel most comfortable. Just relax. Let go a little more here. Yin approach. This pose. At yin, more of like cooling, dark, grounding, earthy, all those components. A couple more rounds of breath here. Ahead on your next inhale, scroll up with the head and neck. Be the last to come up as we come to seated. Let's take the hands to the outside of the knees, bring those knees together. And let's make our way onto our back. Nice and easy. All right, right, so let's come into bridge pose here. You're welcome to support, have some kind of cushion or block underneath the pelvis for a little support. So feet apart, hips width. Walk the heels in close to the booty. When you're ready, lifting the hips up. So we'll be here about 5 to 10 breaths. So if you don't have anything supporting you, that's fine. You may just hold on to your heels or interlace the fingers under the body. And everyone just work your shoulder blades together a little under the body. So we're getting more of a heart opener. You have a block or something to support right underneath the sacrum. And any level of that block or cushion, whatever you have, you can stack pillows. Just finding some stillness wherever you are. You could also stack one hand on top of the other, create a little support under the sacrum there, and that could be perfect as well. Opening, heart opening, the belly, front of the hips. A few more rounds of breath. Slowly release. We have the fingers interlace. Release the hands. Take whatever we have underneath us out, and we'll slowly lower down one more time. Beautiful. And just pause here. Take the knees, or sorry, the feet as wide as the mat, and the knees together. Just rest there. A great release for the lower back. Finding a neutral position in the pelvis. You can hear the dogs. The dog's getting yelled at for barking. It's pretty comical. Hearing it from another room. All right, let's go ahead and just release those knees. All right, two options. Either doing plow. If you have neck issues, maybe not do plow. We can do waterfall instead. So those are our two options. I'll tell you waterfall first. So you could stack the hands one on top of the other under the sacrum again and lift the legs overhead, feet apart a little bit. You could do this legs up the wall, taking booty to the wall as well. And just a slight bend in the knees, and just let the legs kind of just hang in the air as much as possible. If we're moving on for plow, squeeze those legs together, hands on the floor, and we'll lift the hips. So be really cautious in the neck. We want to place the weight into the shoulders rather than the head and the neck. So when you lift your hips up, maybe even bring the shoulder blades a little together to create a little more platform there. And then we reach the toes overhead is where we're going, but we don't necessarily have to get there today. Maybe support the lower back with the hands, or just keep the hands on the floor. So wherever you are, about 5 more breaths. And the traditional pose, I believe, all 10 toes, like the fronts of the feet are down on the floor. And that's the pose. One more breath. And we'll slowly release. Rolling out of plow, if that's where we are, or just slowly taking the knees into the chest. We're going to counter that pose with fish pose. So extend the legs out. Again, those hands underneath the sacrum. This time we'll start to walk the elbows. So we lift our chest, start to walk the elbows underneath the body. Open the chest and then lower the head back. Maybe the forehead touches the floor, maybe not. Just opening the heart, about 5 breaths. Point through the toes, legs are long here. Stay there. Lift the heart, inhale. And release, exhale. Take those arms out from underneath. Just come on to the back, pause. All right, so if there's any other movements that we want to do here or stretches, we're going to have a longer Shavasana today. So I just want to make sure we have plenty of time, but we do have another minute or so. If there's any other stretches you want to get in, maybe a twist or happy baby, just let this be yogi's choice for the next minute, and then we'll make our way into our Shavasana. So if you maybe have, you want more of an inversion, go upside down or back bend, another back bend. Or if you're just ready for Shavasana, perfect. Make your way there. And a really great way to support your Shavasana, a little tip here is we could have a rolled up towel or a yoga bolster or a cushion of some kind and bring it underneath the thighs, knees, or under the thighs. This can be a nice release for the lower back. Just a little support in our Shavasana. You could also take a rolled up towel or blanket along the spine so that we get a little bit more heart opening. But just making sure the head and the neck is in line with the spine. Don't let the head drop off the end of that towel or blanket. So just set up a Shavasana when you're ready. We'll do this together today, come out of it together. So plenty of time. Make any adjustments, scoots, wiggles. Maybe cover the eyes. Soften the face, the jaw. Take a nice deep inhale here. Full exhale out. Sink into the floor. Let the breath be soft, easy. Let the body go. Scan the body. Notice if there's any areas we tend to hold on, that tension. Soften those areas. Soften throughout the entire body. Find some stillness. to awareness. Start to deepen the breath a little bit with each breath. Slowly start to bring movement back into the body, wiggling fingers and toes. Rotating wrists and ankles. Taking those arms overhead, full body, good morning stretch. Reach back through the fingers, point through the toes. Start to bend the knees and we'll roll on to the right or left side. Take a few breaths there in a fetal position. The bottom arm can be used as a pillow for the head. When you're ready, with eyes closed or gaze soft, gently start to press up. Make our way to a seat. Cross leg or sitting on the heels. Just bring the palms together in front of the heart. Close the eyes here. Just taking a moment of gratitude for ourselves. Place your hand on your heart here and just thank you. Thank you. Thank yourself. Palms together in front of the heart. Let's take a nice deep inhale here. And exhale together. Just thank yourself and thank each one of you for participating in this class today. Doing something amazing for your mind, your body, your spirit. Thank you, everyone. Happy Mother's Day. Namaste. Beautiful. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks so much. I'm going to go ahead and unmute you here for this class.
Happy Mother's Day, Lindsay.
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, everyone.